Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the ThreeCount podcast with the guest that's been on twice before, but you don't know that because those episodes never got uploaded. Um, yeah, why? I don't know. It's been a long time ago. It was November, October 2017. Anyways, he's here now, and I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about that. You know who it is. You've seen the thumbnail. You've read the title. But anyways, introduce yourself, mystery in quotes, guest.
It is I, Pege, the best person, and those episodes you didn't get out, you're an idiot because they were gold. They were the best episodes you ever done.
They might be. Anyways, I still got them. I can always upload them, but they'll be massively outdated. So for the people who don't know Pege, which if you're on Wrestling Amino, what are you doing? Pege is a curator on the Wrestling Amino app. He is overall a pretty nice guy from England. He really loves the English indie scene,
The Brit Res.
the Brit-Res, yeah, which I said I wasn't going to say because I can't pronounce Brit-Res really well. But there we go. So that's something we're definitely going to touch on today, as well as the upcoming WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament and NXT in general. Some other topics, so stay tuned for the next hour or so because you're gonna experience some amazing content, I hope.
I am amazing content itself.
You might be. I mean, I can't, yeah, you really can't deny that. But here we go. Let's talk about the state of British wrestling. So, British wrestling really has had a surge in popularity in the last few years with companies like ICW, Progress, Attack Pro, even OTT, some other companies that are just rising to the top of the indie scene. I mean, these days, lots of people have heard of Progress, lots of people have heard of ICW. How long have you been watching BritWres?
I'd say coming up 2.5 years, maybe around now.
All right.
Probably a bit longer.
And what companies? What companies did you start with?
I started off honestly with my favorite company going, Progress.
Yeah, of course, Progress with their monthly chapters, I think it's
At
right.
the time, they were basically monthly.
Yeah, now they're a bit more, sometimes a bit more.
Occasionally, they're bi-weekly.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Progress Wrestling, of course, one of the, if not the biggest British wrestling company going, with stars and talent, past and present, including Marty Scurll, who's now, of course, in NGPW ROH, Tommy End, now known as Aleister Black, NXT champion, Will Ospreay, and those were basically the guys then. Now we have Travis Banks, the Kiwi buzzsaw. We have Chris Brooks, who we will certainly talk about in a bit because he's, well, basically our favorite wrestler for both Louis and I.
I saw him first, bitch.
That's true. But yeah, so much talent. Tony Storm, Ginny, the recently crowned Progress champion, which is a spoiler, but there
So
you
the
go.
show's out by now, so it's
Yeah, it is. Yeah, basically. So yeah, Progress, it has changed a lot over the years. We of course at the start saw the stars like Will Ospreay, El Ligero were really big stars. Now it's shifted. Progress is, I would say, more international. Would you
I mean,
agree?
they have been going across the planet lately.
Exactly. And where are they go? When are they going to the United States? In August?
I think so.
They have a
I
few
can't remember the
shows there,
exact
don't
date. All the dates.
they? I mean, they have like Detroit and a few New York. What's New York? I don't know.
I think they got Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, I think, is one. And it's really interesting how such a, well, I wouldn't say small company, but relatively small company could become so big. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I know. Like in 2018 on their own already, where they've been in the UK a lot, they've had their trip to the Progress New Orleans weekend, and they went to Australia for a number of days.
Yeah,
Now
Australia,
have
of
another
course.
trip to the United States.
I totally forgot about the Australian tour. Yeah, that's quite international. And how much of a part do you think WWE played in that?
Well, to be fair, I can't. I don't know. Definitely, they contributed to going to New Orleans. Australia, I'm not so sure, but maybe there's more contribution than you think because they started paying for copyrighted music again.
Yeah, I think WWE and Progress have some kind of working agreement. If I think they do, right? With for example, was it Walter defending his Atlas title at Access or something?
I think he might have. I know Keith Lee defended his WWN title there.
Yeah, yeah, but that's Evolve. We know that's a partnership.
Travis also defended against No Way Jose.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely a partnership there. Yeah, of course, when they had Pete Dunne, he would defend the Progress Championship at Access. So yeah, that's basically yeah, that could have contributed. I'm pretty sure it did, to be fair. And
Probably.
when did they even start working together? I would say around the Cruiserweight Classic, didn't they, with the qualifying matches?
They did have two qualifying matches there. The true, like, when they really started working together was UKCT time, and
That's
a bit
true.
prep beforehand, so maybe November of 2016 was
Yeah,
when they truly started partnering.
probably. So, yeah, and in that time, with so many stars have made their rise in the British wrestling scene. For example, Pete Dunne is the most notable example, I would say.
He's held the UK championship for just over a year now. Yeah.
Just over a year, yeah, like a year and 2 days or something. Anyways,
I think 370 days he's on.
oh yeah, that could be true. So yeah, that just goes to show how much of an, well, I would say impact. Well, I wouldn't say impact because Impact isn't the greatest company, but
I heard TNA is hiring.
oh, no, but yeah, that does show how much of an impact the British wrestling scene has made. Um, and it's only growing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely growing more and more because obviously as more companies are coming up, you know, we've also got a lot of international stuff that happens. One of my more notable versions of that is the Dream Tag Team Invitational Fight Club Pro do every year.
Yeah, of course. That's insane. How they put together their cards with international talent.
Yeah,
And
last year they got the Elite against British Strong Style.
yeah, that's quite insane, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not a fan of the Elite, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I am, but oh man, that's actually great. And if you look at where certain stars who started on the British independent scene are now, for example, your absolute favorite wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr.
No.
Side note, Pege does not like Zack Sabre Jr. And Marty Scurll, Pete Dunne, of course, Will Ospreay. They are basically, I don't know, are they enlightening the world on British wrestling?
Well, you don't see them as much in the British wrestling scene, but they're more renowned for what they did there to get to where they are.
Yeah, and I mean, British wrestling. What defines British wrestling according to you?
It's really difficult to say, I guess. It's like an atmosphere, more or less. One thing that I can definitely tell, you can tell it's a British crowd, is the reaction.
Yeah.
Because whilst in an American crowd, it's just like, cheer for who you like. Whilst in Britain, you've got the atmosphere. If they're a heel, you boo the shit out of them. If they're a face, you love the fuck out of them.
And of course, people from the UK are way more creative with their chants, which often come straight from the football pitch. As you know, the people from the UK have been good at chanting ever since ever since football was invented, I guess. I mean,
He's got no fun on his dick. That's one of the best.
we want our dick back. That's a good one as well. So yeah, if you have never seen UK football chants, I encourage you to go on YouTube right now. It's great, and indeed, I think the atmosphere is a big contributor to the British indie scene, and it really. How do you say this in English? Because if a side note, if you don't know who I am, I'm not from the UK. I'm not from America or anything. I'm from the Netherlands, and Dutch is my first language, not English. But yeah, how do you say that? It really separates, yes, that's the word, the British crowd and the British scene from anywhere else in the world, right?
Yeah, it just like splits it right down the middle, I suppose.
Exactly.
Well, I can't even think of a proper term for it either.
No, neither can I. So while we're still on the topic of progress and the British wrestling scene, there was a show you wanted to talk about progress at the Wembley, not the, of course, the big Wembley Stadium, which is
Oh yeah, hello Wembley.
yeah,
The biggest British wrestling show in 30 years since WWE came in with SummerSlam.
yeah, SummerSlam '92, I think that was right.
I want to assume it was 88, but I might be heavily wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure it's '92. Anyways, the Wembley Arena this then?
I would assume so, SSE.
Yeah. Okay. So, why did you specifically want to talk about this event?
Well, more or less the fact it's the biggest British wrestling show in 30 years. They've got an insane match card coming already, and I'm going to it.
You're going to it. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
So, what is the card confirmed so far?
At the moment, we've got, well, obviously we've got Zack Sabre Jr., Emily's favourite wrestler, in the main event. We won't talk about that.
Is it against Travis Banks?
If Travis Banks is still the champion by then
Okay,
yeah.
so it's just Zack Sabre Jr. versus whoever is the Progress champion.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think Chris Ridgway is going to save the main event by winning a natural progression series.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. Basically, for people who don't know, the Natural Progression Series is basically a tournament featuring, some of the upcoming talent in Progress, and winning the tournament gives you a shot at the Progress title like Money in the Bank would. Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah, that's how William Ever won the belt.
Yeah, William Ever cashed it in against Pete Dunne.
Marty Scurll.
Marty Scurll, yeah, of course. And then was it Marty who won the title back, or was it Pete Dunne?
He won the title back from him the next show, and then Mark Haskins, then Pete Dunne.
Oh yeah, Mark Haskins. Yeah, of course, Mark Haskins had to relinquish it due to injury.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Chris Ridgway. Okay, that's a very interesting thought.
As continuing on the card, the biggest feud in Progress Wrestling history returns to Wembley. Will Ospreay versus Jimmy Havoc.
That's insane. Indeed, in earlier chapters of Progress, Jimmy Havoc and Will Ospreay went at it with some
Time after time.
really,
Will
really,
Ospreay
really
pretty
solid.
much winning everything Progress had to offer
Yeah,
in order to win the title eventually.
yeah. Basically, it's great.
We have, well, the match isn't confirmed, but we just know it's happening, is Mark Andrews versus Eddie Dennis, a feud that has been going on since the first Alexandra Palace show, when Eddie turns back on Mark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course, they were in the tag team. Something side high.
They were FSU, Bayside High, you're thinking of, was
Oh,
Mark Andrews
yeah.
and Nixon North.
Oh yeah, of course. FSU. Yeah. No. Yeah. I remember watching a match between. What was it? I think it was SPPT versus FSU. It's quite some time ago.
Possibly. Yeah, there's two more matches. We have an international matchup featuring Pete Dunne against Ilja Dragunov. I
Oh
probably mispronounced his name horribly.
no, Ilja Dragunov, I would say.
Probably. Or it's Ilya, whatever. But
Ilya,
either way,
I
at
think
the
it's
recent
Ilya.
Ali Pally shows,
Yeah,
I can't remember his name, showed up, challenged Pete Dunne. Next
Dragunov.
show, Ilya
Oh
came
no,
up
yeah,
and
yeah,
said
yeah,
of
of
the match.
course, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Dragunov, I think, is one of WXW's biggest stars.
I think he's the undisputed champion right now.
Okay, yeah. I think he wasn't he injured or anything? I don't know. I don't follow WXW,
Remember.
which is
I need to
the
watch more
biggest.
WXW, you know.
Yeah, WXW, for those who don't know, is the biggest German wrestling company, which I could possibly go to a show to because it's sometimes just an hour drive or something.
Weren't you going to go to 16 Carat at one point?
At one point I was, but then tickets became. Oh no, wait! I was coming back from Rome, just before that, and I think it was good I didn't go because I was exhausted when I came back from Rome. But yeah, I think it would have been really cool though. But anyways, I'll go eventually. Yeah, likely. So
There's one more match on the card
Yeah.
that I'm quite looking forward to. It's the Thunder Bastard once again with tag teams this
yeah,
time around.
yeah, I saw that. That's actually great. I know CCK are in there. If Lycos is
Given Lycos is back
Yeah.
from his injury and doesn't get injured again,
Yeah, for those who don't know, Lycos, Kid Lycos is the CCK tag team partner of Chris Brooks, um, who is, I wouldn't say, yeah, I kind of would say injury prone at this point. He's injured his shoulder twice in not too long.
3 times, I think.
3 times, yeah. He's great. Kid Lycos is great. If you need any proof of that, I think you should watch the first. Was it the first Ali Pali show where the ladder match was?
That was the ladder match, yeah. Or
Yeah.
you could just watch Chapter 50, where CCK
Where they
fought Mustache
debut.
Mountain for the first time.
Oh yeah,
In
that's what.
progress.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they debuted at 48 or something, and then they finally
50.
had a match. No, no, they had the debut match
They
at
showed
50.
up at 48.
Yeah, it showed up
had
at
a debut
48.
match
Yeah,
at
that's what I
50
meant.
for the tag belts and won them.
Yeah, that was actually great. So yeah, the Thunder Basket match. Which teams are in again?
You've got the tag team champions, the Grizzly Young Veterans.
James
You've got
Drake
Flash
and
Morgan
Zach
Webster
Gibson.
and Mark Caskins.
Yeah.
You've got Aussie Open.
Okay,
You've got
that's
Maverick
great.
Mayhew and Connor Mills.
Okay, I'm not really too. I don't know them too well.
If you need to just know how good they are in the ring, watch them on the January Dome show. They
Okay.
go 1-on-1 and they put on an amazing match.
That should be great, and I'll definitely check that out. As should all the viewers / listeners.
There's also CCK.
CCK, of course. Yeah.
There's Sexy Star now, I believe, because Jack Sexsmith didn't win the
Yeah,
Progress
yeah.
title.
Jack Sexsmith and David Starr.
Yeah, and then the 7th tag team. I can't quite remember them, honestly. I'm actually having a hard time remembering the 7th tag team.
I'll quickly check it. Progress Wembley.
It's going to be so simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be so simple, likely, but tag team series announced. Yeah, 7 teams jockey for entry position. Grizzled Young Vets, Aussie Open, Eminem. Oh, the Anti-Fun Police, of course.
Oh yeah, Federales and Damien Dunn. How
Yeah.
did I forget Damien Dunn?
I don't know. You love Damien Dunn.
I know.
Damien Dunn. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh no, never mind. So basically, yeah, that's going to be a great match. For those who don't know, a Thunder Bastard match. Louis, I'll let you explain because you'll probably do it better than I would.
Okay, so in this case, 2 teams are going to start off the match. Every 2 minutes, another team is going to come in, and then obviously all teams come in. It's not single elimination, but like obviously elimination. Like one person gets pinned, the team's out. I think, unless they change it up to be a pin, then a teammate is out.
Yeah, and it's a great concept. We've seen singles Thunder Bastard matches. How many times at this point?
There's typically been one a year, but
Yeah.
this will be the 3rd one this year.
Yeah, exactly. So
We might not see one in 2019.
I think we will. Anyways, yeah, there's been quite some matches, quite some Thunder Bastard matches, and they're fun. They're fun. They're definitely something to check out. They're really one of Progress's biggest creations of their own. Definitely worth the watch. And
Definitely.
now before we go on to a very, very big topic, let's quickly touch on Chris Brooks for a second. Chris Brooks, in my opinion, one of the, if not the best wrestler active in the UK right now.
I love him. Everyone knows that. I love Chris Brooks.
Yeah, and I don't know how you can hate Chris Brooks. I mean, check the man out on Twitter, at Obey Brooks, by the way.
He's got a great Twitter. He's a good face. He's a good heel.
He has really fun promos.
He's got nice hair.
He's got really nice hair. Apparently he smells nice as well, but I can't confirm that.
Yeah, everyone says he smells nice.
Yeah, exactly. And he's great in ring. He's quite tall. I think he's 6.
Like 6'4", I think.
Yeah, I was going to say 6'4". He has a great attire as well. Great jacket as well. If you need any reference on what Chris Brooks looks like, just check the picture on your screen right now, which is the thumbnail as well. I don't know what specifically makes him that great. He's just a fun wrestler overall, and
He's just good in every aspect, I say.
yeah, he is definitely definitely something very different from what we're used to. Um, he's also a tag team specialist with Kid Lycos. I mean, if there's one team that has some sick fucking tag moves, it's CCK.
Then it's obviously Chris and Lycos.
That's
Also teaming up with Travis Banks regularly, and there's an extended Octopus family, as I call them, has teamed up with like Andy Glass, Millie McKenzie, Omari, I think. You know,
yeah,
he's got a huge diversity of people that he can team with and work efficiently with.
yeah, absolutely. One of my favorites being this is awkward. I forgot his name. Jonah Rock.
Jonah Rock.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So Jonah Rock and Brooks are amazing together. Anyways, this was just a quick shout out, basically, to the man. Follow him on Twitter at Obey Brooks. He's really nice. He does some nice interactions with fans on Twitter. And if you ever have the chance to see him live, which I unfortunately have not had yet, I should have gone to WXW Carrot.
There's probably still Wembley tickets if you want to make the trip.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll pay $200/$300 for just a flight. Absolutely. So
I thought you'd taken trains down to London.
I could take a train all the way to London, basically, but that's not the point. My time will come. Chris Brooks. He appeared in Denmark earlier this year or last year, so I have hope.
And he was in 16 Carat, like I mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. So check him out. He's great. Next topic is one I'm looking forward to discussing. It's the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament, which stays in line with the British Wrestling we were talking about. I'll quickly get the card up.
Tournament is looking nice, though. I personally would say the first one on paper is better, but
on paper, yeah,
I'll be surprised.
I would say so as well. Maybe I will as well. So let's talk about the tournament first. There are 8 matches, 16 competitors, and the first 8 matches will take place on either 205 Live, which is WWE's weekly cruiserweight show. One match, gentleman Jack Gallagher Gallagher. Which one is it?
I just say Gallagher.
Yeah, I say Gallagher normally as well. I don't know why I said Gallagher. Andrew Gulak, who is American but really wrestles the typical
catch style,
old British catch style, which and that's cool. But yeah,
call me a hypocrite because I'm glad Travis is in it. I don't like that Drew Gulak's in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, same.
At least Travis Banks was based in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Drew Gulak, I mean, they could have put anyone else there. But anyways, that match takes place on 205 Live. And then we have the other matches take place at NXT's show at the Download Festival. And then the quarters, semis, and finals will take place on June 18th in the Royal Albert Hall in London.
I believe so, yeah. June 18th and 19th.
No,
or is just the whole tournament on the 18th?
The whole tournament is on the 18th, and the 19th we'll talk about later. Anyways, June 18th. Is there a match you're looking forward to in particular?
If you're talking about just the first round card, I'm quite looking forward to Kenny Williams and Dave Mastiff.
As am I. It's a real David versus Goliath match, isn't it?
That's literally what I was going to compare it to.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Kenny Williams, of course, the quick cruiserweight who recently made his debut on 205 Live. Dave Mastiff.
From Scotland.
Yeah, from Scotland. Dave Mastiff, an absolute unit. He's he's great. He's quite tall. Well, he's large.
His team with Ligero is one of the best things ever.
Absolutely. What's it called? Banter
the
edition.
Origin Banter edition.
Oh yeah. That. That's a great team. They've teamed up in Progress. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they
right?
teamed up. That's like where they mainly were.
Yeah, but that's true. So yeah, Kenny Williams, Dave Mastiff. Then we have some other great matches. Ligero, which is the workhorse of the UK, if you ask me.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. He wrestles so much that people don't give him enough credit.
No, El Ligero, or Ligero as he's billed as here. it seems.
Because he's from Leeds.
He is from Leeds. He is not from Mexico, like some people would say.
Like when he was
he's
in the
great.
What Culture World Cup
Yeah.
Mexican bracket.
That was actually fun. Let's be honest there.
Yeah, but you
Ligero, Travis Banks. Then we have one match I know you're looking forward to as well, which is Zach Gibson versus Amir Jordan.
yeah, I actually just remembered that. Yeah,
Zach Gibson, of course, from Liverpool, who may or may not be winning the Champions League right now. I don't know. We're recording this during the Champions League final. Um, and
I'm not sure. I don't follow football.
I don't really care too much either. And Amir Jordan, who is quite an up and rising star in the UK, I would say,
A
right?
very eccentric character, and I love him.
Absolutely. He is Pakistani, I would say.
I'm pretty sure he does have Pakistani heritage.
Yeah,
It's like
Pakistani
British.
and British, yeah. So that should be a great match. And then we have some other stars which I didn't expect were going to make it in. Joe Coffey, for example. And, well, that's basically the main one. I didn't expect Jack Gallagher, Drew Gulak, or Joseph Connors to be in for a second time. But
I didn't expect Tucker to come back, honestly. WWE, they've only brought him back once since the tournament.
that's right. What was it?
I
On
don't think he
205
even
Live?
wrestled. He just showed up on 205 Live.
Yeah,
I
that
don't think
one-
he even wrestled.
No, I don't think he did either. Well, maybe it will be Tucker's year. I mean, he's up against Joe
Or Jordan
Coffey.
Devlin.
Jordan Devlin. I think Jordan Devlin will make it far because they really laid a solid foundation for Jordan Devlin at the last United Kingdom Championship tournament.
We got that controversial victory, and then didn't make it through the second round.
Was it
against Tyler Bate,
against
I think.
Danny Birch? The first match?
I think it was Danny Birch.
I think it was as well.
I was about to say Sam Gradwell, but no, he fought Dunn in the second round.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Jordan Devlin, who could make it far. Joseph Connors, I think, is going to make it big in this tournament. Yeah, overall, it's looking really solid. What do you think is the main difference between last year and this year?
Well, this year the UK the United Kingdom wrestling circuit has been more established, probably courtesy of this event. But all of the main characters that made it aren't in it, like Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Mark Andrews. Well, I like the fact we've got Flash Morgan Webster and Kenny Williams, guys like that in this.
Yeah,
Having 5 out of 16 guys be from the last one, and having Drew Gulak, it just doesn't feel as right.
no,
I like Drew
it
Gulak,
doesn't.
I just don't. I'm not big on him being in the tournament.
Exactly. Yeah, I have the exact same opinion. Anyways, you mentioned Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Tyler Bate. They are in action on June 18th and June 19th.
As is Trent.
I said Trent.
I thought you just said Pete and Tyler. Never
No,
mind
no,
then.
no. British Strong Style is up against the Undisputed Era on June 18th in the six-way tag team match. They've had some issues recently.
From Access.
And then we have a fatal four-way number one contendership match for the NXT Women's Championship. Talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's a match that I didn't see coming, especially with the participants in it. Whilst we've heard Tony Storm sign the UK deal,
Yeah,
I didn't expect to see Killer Kelly, Ginny, and Isla Dawn in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, Tony Storm, if it was expected that she was going to be there, but
She was the most expected out of the four, but
exactly, Ginny, I would have never said. Same for Dawn. I mean, she is. I personally like her. I think she's.
I mean, you like Alistair Black as well, like their partners, so I can see why.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it.
I mean, Alistair Black's amazing. I can't blame you.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen him live actually past Saturday against
Oh yeah,
Alexander Wolf. It was great. He was so solid in ring. Like that man is so much money. Anyways, yeah, that fatal four-way will lead to a match against Shayna Baszler. I mean, I think it's quite predictable who's going to win, isn't it?
yeah. Obviously, Shayna's winning due to who she's rumored to be facing at Takeover.
Okay.
Well, not due to who she's facing. Just she's gonna win.
I was talking about the fatal four-way, but yeah, sure, Shayna is going to win regardless. No, but who's going to win the fatal four-way? Just say it.
I think Tony, for the fact she's signed But at the
Yeah,
same time, I
exactly.
don't think they want her to go down so quickly.
But then
At the same
again,
time, losing the fatal four way.
then again, isn't there a chance they signed the other, or well, some of the other women as well? I don't think they signed Ginny.
I think Jenny was the only other woman they were talking like a deal with
Okay,
that I recall like talking about on Amino.
okay, yeah, that could be the case. Anyways, four very talented women in a very exciting match, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And then we have June 19th, which will culminate the tournament in the sense of Pete Dunne will face the winner for the United Kingdom Championship. Who is going
Hard
to
to
win
predict.
it?
It's hard to predict, really. You gotta think that it might be. I keep on saying it's someone like Kenny, but I really think Flash could pull it out.
I was going to say Flash as well. I hope Kenny Williams. Kenny Williams being one of my favorite wrestlers from Scotland,
Just
or
imagine
being
Zack
my
Gibson
favorite
winning it all
Scottish
and then
wrestler.
winning the belt. I want
If
Pete to be champion forever, or at least long enough to beat Brock's record. But
yeah, well, he isn't going to. Let's be honest here.
yeah,
I think whoever wins the United Kingdom Championship tournament will win the title. I
you just
mean,
imagine going through all that effort.
yeah, it kind of makes sense, but you never know. And then we have Adam Cole versus to be determined for the North American Championship. Any guesses? It should be someone from the UK, right?
If it could be someone from the UK, I think it would have to be like an early mid-society guy. Unless they got someone not in the tournament. Imagine they shocked us with someone like Rampage Brown.
That would be cool. Personally,
Because
there's one hope I
Rampage is like the
have.
best heavyweight going.
Well, there are two hopes I have for that match. One of which is not coming true because he recently signed a deal with ITV, I think, which would be Wade Barrett, my
It'd be
favorite
nice for them to get him back.
wrestler. I mean, it could happen. I don't know. And the other one, which will definitely not happen, is one with a very controversial stance against the WWE at this point.
Hmm.
Do you know who I'm talking about? He was an NXT champion,
He was an NXT champion.
and an NXT Tag Team champion, and a Cruiserweight
Neville.
champion. Yeah, of course. That would be so cool. Adam Cole versus Neville, but we're not getting that. And Rampage Brown would be really cool though.
I'm a bit surprised he wasn't brought up for this tournament, but his partner in ICW, Ashton Smith, was.
Yeah, that's quite a thing. But maybe that will make it the match then.
Yeah.
So then, Shayna Baszler, winner of Fatal Four match, Tony Storm likely, right? And then Shayna will win.
Yeah.
The Undisputed Era versus To Be Determined. Now, we had a theory about this one, didn't we?
Yeah. A very. I don't have a funny little remark for that, so yeah.
Yeah, so basically, you can tell them.
Well, obviously, Travis Banks is there for the night before. He might not win the tournament, but maybe he'll challenge Undisputed Era, and we'll get our boy Chris Brooks in on it.
As you
Because
may
he was
or
in
may
talks
not
for the
know,
deal
yeah,
too.
exactly. Chris Brooks has been in talks for a WWE deal. And, it would be a great opportunity to debut Chris Brooks. It would be a great opportunity to introduce CCK to the WWE. Of course, if Lycos will be there or not, that's debatable, but
Yeah, it's very debatable because I know he's due to come back like next month, but will he be back in time? But more importantly,
he could be ringside while Travis Banks and Chris Brooks do the work.
yeah,
I suppose. Well, we'll see. And then a very interesting match, I should say. Aleister Black, the NXT champion, and the high-flying Ricochet against EC3 and the Velveteen Dream.
yeah. I mean, are Ricochet and Velveteen Dream due to go against each other at Takeover or something?
I think they're feuding, yeah.
And where does EC3 actually stand?
If you could give me 1 second while you keep talking.
Okay, I want to take this chance to plug Conquest Wrestling.
Yeah, sure, do so.
I mean, yeah, Conquest Wrestling is a 2K Universe E-Fed that I do on the YouTube stuff. I commentate with Squiddo. I have contributions on my roster from a bunch of people. You can check it out. Our next show isn't coming out on YouTube, but it's coming out on Amino, Killing Her Before the Trilogy. Put a lot of work into this. It's not done yet. Well, not done while I'm recording this. Who knows what it could be by the time this is uploaded. But yeah, check it out, and then we'll be getting on to some big things after that.
So yeah, Conquest Wrestling, check it out.
Yeah.
So back to the June 19th. Aleister Black and EC3, they're not feuding, but Ricochet and Velveteen Dream are. Anyways, what are your overall thoughts on the tournament?
Overall thoughts on the tournament, like I said, the first one I feel like is going to be better. But it could surprise me. I still think it's going to be good, maybe. Just depends on what matchups we get going along.
Yeah. Well, I truly hope actually that if that the commentary will be Nigel McGuinness and Michael Cole. Michael's
commentary was a lot better on that show
because he didn't have a script. I've said this all year now. If Michael Cole doesn't have a script, he is a very natural sports broadcaster. Broadcasting. I don't know what you would say, but
just look at Morrow. He doesn't even use a script if he has one.
Exactly, Morrow is amazing. That's the reason why I would see them putting Morrow on there. But yeah, no,
I need to watch his documentary.
I need to do as well. The bipolar rock and roller people.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
You really need to, and I should too, and everyone should, because it's about a very, very important topic in our society, and it affects someone we all love here in the wrestling world. So check it out. I don't know where you can watch it, but if anyone finds out, please let me know.
It's probably online somewhere, but it was on Show Sports, which I think is just an American channel.
I think it is as well. So yeah, check that out, and then let's see how long we've been recording at this point. It's already been 37 minutes.
We've still got a bit to go.
Yeah, so a lot of talent coming from NXT, of course, and there's a few NXT stars I want to talk about right now, who are either probably debuting soon or already have debuted, and I just want to know what you think their journey will be.
Okay, I think I know where this is going.
We'll keep that one for last. So first of all, Marcel Barthel, formerly
Axel Dieter Jr.
Axel Dieter Jr. From Ringkampf in WSW mainly, I think.
Yeah, I remember it mainly being for WXW.
Yeah. So how far do you think he'll go in the NXT and WWE?
Well, he's been signed for, I think, coming a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not been on TV. That's what I'm worried about. I've only seen him on live events too, so sadly, I think he's mainly going to be a live show guy, unless they eventually decide, we need this guy. He's good. He's like the best technical wrestler.
Yeah, you know what the thing is, what I think the thing is, he's a great technical wrestler. And often the quote-unquote problem with technical wrestlers, which is a problem in WWE, not much in various other places, is that they don't always have the best character. Because they don't need to, they're technical wrestlers, that's what they do. And that's definitely what Axel Dieter Jr. / Marcel Barthel is. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
And I think they are still having to make him camera ready, because he's got the WWE wrestling down at this point.
Down, yeah. He just looks typical.
Yeah, he just isn't your typical WWE superstar.
He's just got the average look of a wrestler.
Exactly.
Like, I can do this.
And that's fine if you're just a pure technical wrestler and people know that and people appreciate you for it. But in a crowd as tough as, well, I wouldn't say NXT's crowd, because they're often very supportive of the stars, but a proper WWE crowd would kill any chance he has at being the star he could be.
Yeah. I can't imagine him being the very top of the WWE for some reason.
No,
But I
neither
don't
can
see
I.
him being put there, but I could see him wrestling to that extent.
Like, for example, if you would put him in, let's say, an Intercontinental Championship match just for fun against, say, Cesaro, that would be
I want that now.
that would be one of the greatest things we could watch from a wrestling perspective. Same for Cassius Ono, which is a bigger chance here in NXT. Um, I mean, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, Cassius is like putting everyone over, so you know.
Yeah, and he could do that with Marcel Barthel as well. Anyways, Marcel
Yeah.
Barthel, that's that. He would, great mid Carter in WWE. He could be bigger in NXT. Would you agree?
hmm
Okay, so another signed star to NXT, who debuted on a taping recently. You know where this is going.
I think I do, but I didn't think it was coming this early.
Yeah, because I kind of didn't know anyone else I really wanted to talk about specifically with you. Um, but this is one I know you love, and well, yeah, that's all I can say about it. Stephanie Newell, formerly known as Nixon Newell.
Yes, Nixon Newell, my favourite women's wrestler going, as I
Just
have
talk
like
about it.
framed stuff right now.
Just talk about her for a bit. Just tell everyone why she's so great.
Why she's so great. She's the girl with the shiniest wizards, okay? You know, like, you think, oh, CM Punk's good at it, AJ Lee's good at it, Nixon's great at it, okay?
Yeah,
She just has a lovely character, like literal girl next door done perfectly, and as well as she's got a pretty exceptional team with another girl next door, Dakota Kai.
yeah, exactly. And they debuted together on a NXT live event back in April.
They've been teaming up quite regularly on the live shows.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that they have a taped match teaming up coming as well.
I don't know. Anyways, Nixon Newell, I should say Stephanie Newell at this point. She's Welsh, from the UK, that is. And she's, as you said, she has a great finisher in her Shiny Wizard. She has a cool character. I mean, yeah, she does it great. Um, and in ring, she's really solid. In ring, she's one of the best women I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
And
amazing.
she is. And how far do you think she'll go in NXT?
Well, just basing it off of her first night, I think they're
Mhm.
establishing her as one of the main faces. I think while Candice and Dakota might get a bit of priority, I think Nixon's definitely going to be up there. Like, you got the four horsewomen, essentially. You can just put those three as three of them, maybe for Kairi Sane or Rhea Ripley whenever she gets used as a fourth.
I think Rhea Ripley got used like last night or something on a live event, and she apparently
Oh, yeah,
did
I
really well or
think,
something.
I think so, yeah.
Anyways, that's a valid opinion. Of course, indeed, we've got horsewomen coming to WWE.
Oh,
It's
yeah, we have the MMA ones.
yeah. Oh, that's I don't know. I just realized that again. I
It's
don't know if I'm
basically
happy with
Ronda
it.
Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Roderick Strong's wife, and the other one.
Yeah, I knew their names, but I don't know now. I don't really watch MMA that often anymore. So yeah,
Neither do I.
that's Stephanie Newell for you. Stephanie Newell. She hopefully, I thought her match was taped for this earlier this week.
It
Uh,
should have been, but I think that they're delaying it to next week. So if this is up before Wednesday, get ready for NXT.
yeah, absolutely. Um, and that's NXT done. So we have like 15 minutes left until we hit the 1 hour mark. And I quickly, as bad as it is and as distant from everything we've talked about so far, it could be. Let's talk about Money in the Bank because it is
Okay,
coming up.
Money in the Bank. Yeah.
And I'll quickly pull up the card because
Oddly
yeah.
enough, Money in the Bank, one of the pay-per-views I'm more caught up with because I actually have Sky Television back.
Oh, that's great.
I don't remember the card off the top of my head, but
No, I know there is 7 confirmed matches so far. Let's just run them down, okay?
okay.
So we have a tag team match, which I am really looking forward to personally. We have the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Ah,
So, yeah, the Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson won the number one contendership match against the Usos this week. Any specific thoughts on this match?
um, yeah. I mean, Bludgeon Brothers. I think they're not going to end their reign so early. They only just won them at WrestleMania, but the Good Brothers didn't have a good reign the first time round, and while they could have a better reign, I don't know if WWE is going to stretch to it.
They
I
are.
thought they would have done it first time round if they wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see a retain for the Bludgeon Brothers.
As do I, mainly because I think they're saving Sanity for later, and we'll get Sanity versus the Bludgeon Brothers. But that's just a quick thought. To be fair, could happen. Anyways, the next match is holy shit, the greatest match in the history of sports entertainment. I really want to see this live, and I hope I can because this is the greatest match I've ever seen. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal.
Oh my god, what a match.
Can we please end WWE at this point?
You know how people said the only way WWE will get a 6-star match is Styles versus Gargano? Only way they'll get a 7-star match is this.
Oh my god. If you can hear the depression in my voice at this point, why? Why?
Just watch this main event, even though Roman did get like the worst rated main event in very recent memory. Well, not very recent, but you know.
Yeah, basically, if they put this as the main event, I'm done. I mean, they'll probably put... No, I was going to say they'll put the Women's Championship Money in the Bank ladder match last, but we already had that last year.
Yeah.
Not in the main event, but we already had such a match, so there's no need to put it as the main event.
Nah.
Carmella versus Asuka, which, weirdly enough, I am excited for them. And I swear I'm going to say this, and I'm going to receive all the fucking hate for it in the world. I want Carmella to win. I want her to pin Asuka. Clean or dirty, I don't fucking care. I want Carmella to retain.
I don't know how I feel about it really, because Asuka losing at Mania in itself was just like, this is surprising. Then she lost again, well, didn't get pinned, and now she's got a title match against Carmella, someone who they've hardly booked as a credible champion. I mean, all that they've done is like this, I've got your belt, and then win by a cheap little roll-up.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can see Carmella winning off of some really cheap mishap. Maybe the Iconics get involved.
And you know what? I'll fucking love every fucking second of it. I love Asuka. I love Carmella. I don't hate Asuka in any way. Don't twist my words like that. No. If there's any woman who could credibly win any match, it's Asuka. But
yeah.
Oh man, I'm just so invested in Carmella as a character. Her obnoxiousness and her heelishness, even though it's very cheesy, it works for me. And yeah, great.
I'm just not very into her.
I can get that. Talk about women's championship matches that came out of nowhere and probably shouldn't have happened. Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey.
It is a weird booking, I will say. Ronda Rousey, she did have a really good debut match, I'm going to say that. Probably the most enjoyable match on the show.
Oh, absolutely. I won't disagree.
While I think they want to book Nia as a really credible champion, it's Ronda Rousey. And it's only a second match, which makes it seem like a weird booking decision.
Yeah. So what I think this match is going after the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay?
And then there'll be a cash-in.
I think there will be. And I'll tell you why when we get to the women's ladder match, which we'll do now. Okay?
I'm forgetting who's in it.
Ember Moon, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Becky, Natalia, Lana, Naomi, and either one of the women in the gauntlet match on Monday.
Hopefully not Sasha. Hopefully Ruby.
Doesn't matter who is in it because none of them will win. And I'll tell you who is going to win right now. It's going to be Natalia.
Going to be who?
Natalia.
Huh.
It is going to be Natalia. Natalia is going to cash in on Ronda Rousey.
For another heel turn.
I don't care. She is going to do it.
I mean,
mark my words, if this happens at Money in the Bank, everyone who's listening to this, will PM me on Amino, Twitter, wherever they know me from. They will say, Luke, you're a god. And I will know, because I've predicted this. Anyways, who's going to win that match according to you?
Well, the women's ladder match.
No, the fucking Judy Bagwell and a pole match.
Huh.
Yeah, of course the women's Money in the Bank match.
Well, I mean, we were talking about 12 matches at once, pretty much.
We were talking about Natalia winning.
I don't know, I can see Becky, but her cash-in would just... I can't imagine them doing the right type of cash-in for her.
You said Becky there?
I said Becky then, but I'm a bit skeptical in thinking.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how that would turn out either, but, it could happen.
I don't think Charlotte, because, her with another title thing, and then whatever, it's just Charlotte like a bit too much.
Ember Moon won't win either, that's just too early.
Yeah, unless WWE decide to overpush her.
Which I, in the case of Ember Moon, wouldn't really mind. No,
I'm skeptical on Ember. But
you can
I just really want Ruby Riott or Sarah Logan to somehow win it.
Yeah, but we know they won't. That's the whole point. With Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax being the women, to measure with on Raw, don't think it will be them. But
now let's see if they have a gauntlet similar to the Elimination Chamber one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyways, the women's Money in the Bank match, could go a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Good. Can the same be said for the men's Money in the Bank match?
I can't remember a lot of the people now. I don't really remember being.
I'll tell it. There's Braun, there's Finn, there's The Miz, there's Rusev, there's Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, either Big E, Kofi, or Xavier Woods, and the winner of on SmackDown Live, Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe.
I would love Samoa Joe to win it. That's what I'll say. But there are rumors going that The Miz is going to win and cash in and say no.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
There are rumors, but then again, rumors are rumors.
You want to hear what I think will happen?
What do you think will happen?
I think, first of all, Samoa Joe is going to beat Daniel Bryan on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Whether it be through Big Cass interference or anything else, Samoa Joe is going to win. Then we have The Miz winning the match. Okay? Bear with me, right? Then in the match we're going to discuss after this, the final match of the card. That's AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, by the way. Whoever wins that doesn't matter. SummerSlam comes around. Daniel Bryan wins a number one contendership match for the WWE title. They are so going to SummerSlam 2013 this.
I remember that. That was great.
Without a guest referee. But basically, Daniel Bryan does it again. He finally wins the World Championship, the WWE Championship, after 4 years at this point. And then suddenly, all hope is lost. And The Miz attacks Daniel Bryan, wins the WWE Championship, and we finally get into the feud that we've all been waiting for so hard.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be a great way to get that feud going?
It would be as well, seeing as The Miz, I feel like, has needed another world title just to escape the IC title, and because he deserves it. And to continue such a long-term feud with it.
I mean, it all makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely does. I would definitely say, do it, WWE, do it.
Yeah, but then again, WWE won't do it. WWE will make Bobby Roode win, and we get a cash in against Roman Reigns at one point, and Roman Reigns will win because Roman Reigns always wins, and Bobby Roode
It's
will
somehow a
be
Bobby Lashley win it.
glorious. Oh god, no! Don't put Bobby Lashley anywhere near a world title. So yeah, final match before we go. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, last man standing. Can this match finally redeem for all the mediocre matches they had?
I mean, it's a bit weird how they both couldn't stand to result in them going to a last man standing match.
Yeah,
You know,
but doesn't it make sense as well?
I mean, it does a bit, but with the theme of Money in the Bank with the ladder matches, you know, they find a certain winner pretty much with that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's actually a great point. And I feel like they did that right at SummerSlam, or no, not SummerSlam, Money in the Bank 2015, was it? Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose?
Yeah.
I mean, that was some controversy in the finish of a ladder match, so your theory might not hold up.
Wait, shit, was that the ladder match?
It was a ladder match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they both fell with the belt, didn't they?
Yeah. Anyways, how will this match go? I mean, personally, I'm not really invested anymore. I'll say that. Easy as that.
You love who? I didn't like you
Oh,
might
sorry.
like that on my end.
I'm not invested in the match anymore. Easy as that.
If they just left it at WrestleMania, I would have been happy, but, you know, it's gone on this much.
I mean, listen, I'm really glad that they turned Shinsuke heel. He really needed something like it, okay?
Yeah, he needed the revitalization in character.
And the fact that we could have a face heel match, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke, was really appealing.
Yeah.
And then it sucked. Well, it didn't really suck, but it wasn't good.
No. The Backlash match, surprisingly, was the better match they've had.
Yeah, and I didn't even watch that because I was so already done with the feud.
Fair enough.
And then they had another match on SmackDown Live past Tuesday. Or no, not past, but the one before. And
To the side stipulation, yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. Will this be the match that finally redeems it? Will this be the final match? We'll see, I guess.
I guess.
And that brings us to 57 minutes. So before we hit the 1 hour mark, let's just finish it off real quickly here. Is there anything you would like to say to anyone?
Do I really have anything to say besides plugging myself?
I'll plug you. I'll plug you.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pege, known from Wrestling Amino. Probably the person who's had his username for the longest without changing it. Even though when you look where it originated, holy shit, no, please no. Anyways,
it wasn't meant to last.
That's true. He's a really good guy. You should follow him on Wrestling Amino. Pege, he's a curator, so you can find him through the members page really easily. He's quite a great dude. You can talk to him in chat, and he'll usually reply because I don't know, he's on the app
because I have too much time on my hands.
Twitter
is OPPEGE.
OP Pege, as you could just have said, but yeah, I get.
Yeah, but
no
one understands that.
OPPEGE. Follow him on there as well. Any other social media they should follow you on?
Not any other social media I really use. I've got Pege Does Wrestling on Instagram, but I don't post on there.
You've posted something
this year, right? Forever ago. I haven't in a long time. I can check now, actually.
You could. So yeah, just follow him on mainly Twitter and Wrestling Amino. He's a great dude. And I don't think there's much more we can say. I mean, we've talked about so many things, and I think it was a great return for the podcast. I
think we're just reaching the hour mark now.
I think we have 30 seconds left if I check OBS here. I really enjoyed it. This one I'm definitely going to upload.
You better.
Yeah, it's great. And you know, we came at a very opportune time with the UKCT and British wrestling just being so great at the moment. I love your expertise on all of the topics. I'm so glad that I could have you for this topic because I don't know anyone else who would be so interested and amazing talking about this particular field of wrestling. I'm really glad you were here. And
And I'm glad I was able to provide my knowledge of sorts.
yeah, absolutely. I think people will find it really insightful. So I'll quickly talk about the future of the podcast. There are a few people who are, well, basically they don't really have a choice. No, one person who is definitely coming on, I'll make sure of that, is Adam Westwood, who you might know from Wrestling Amino or Twitter or Ring Post Radio, which is his podcast. I might make an appearance on that. You never know. So check him out. And maybe, if you know the user Prince O'Shaughnessy, I'm going to try to get him on the show. He's a former pro wrestler who's trying to get back into the ring again soon, and it's really insightful to talk about that as well. Anyways, this was Pege. You've been a great guest. Thank you so much for being here.
You've been a great host. Thanks for having me.
That's insane to hear. Yeah, and that was this. This was the ThreeCount podcast for today, this week. I don't know how many times I'll be uploading this. I hope weekly. If not, don't worry.
4 times a day or bust.
Yeah, sure. No, but if not, don't worry. I'll be here soon enough. See you later.